Hey there, fellow finance enthusiasts. You ready to unlock the secrets of rich decisions?
We're about to dive deep into this roadmap to financial success.
We'll be your guides, navigating through setting goals, smart investing, and even some really cool side hustles.
And as we explore all these practical strategies, we're going to uncover a theme that's woven throughout rich decisions, aligning your financial choices with what truly matters to you.
Okay, so January in Rich Decisions kicks off with setting financial goals. But it's not just like wishing for a bigger house. It goes beyond just saying, I want this.
Right.
It encourages you to ask, why do I want this?
Yeah, asking why is so important.
Like, what's the deeper meaning behind that goal?
Yeah, it emphasizes connecting your goals to your values.
Because that's a more powerful motivator.
Yeah.
Especially when things get tough.
For sure. It's like that old saying, a goal without a plan is just a wish. But this book takes it a step further by saying a goal without a why is just a dream. When you connect your financial goals to your absolute deepest motivations, like maybe it's creating a space for your family or funding your dream trip, maybe it's achieving financial independence so you can pursue your passions, that's when those goals really have the power to make you take action.
Yeah, you got to take action. And that action is key because February jumps right into the world of investing. Now, I know you're familiar with compound interest.
Of course.
But this book breaks it down.
In a way that makes you go, oh yeah, I forgot about this.
Right. It reignites that feeling of, wow, this is actually pretty incredible.
It really is incredible.
It's not just about earning interest on your initial investment.
Right.
But it's also about earning interest on the accumulated interest you've already made. So it creates this snowball effect over time.
Exactly. And the earlier you start, the more dramatically your money has the potential to grow over time.
It's crazy.
Rich Decisions uses a really powerful example to illustrate this point. It says, let's say you were to invest $500 a month, starting at age 25, with an average annual return of 7%. By the time you reach age 65, you could have over $1 million.
See, that's what I'm talking about. $1 million.
Now, of course, past performance is no guarantee of future results, but it just goes to show how important that early bird gets the worm mentality is.
You got to start early. All right, moving on to March. Things take a little bit of a turn as Rich Decisions delves into cryptocurrency.
Ooh, crypto.
Now, I'll admit, crypto still feels a bit like the Wild West to me. It can be a bit overwhelming for some, I imagine.
It definitely can be. And the book even acknowledges that. What I appreciate is how Rich Decisions doesn't shy away from the risks. It doesn't shy away from the volatility associated with cryptocurrency.
So they're not sugarcoating it?
No, not at all. But they present a balanced perspective. They emphasize the importance of really doing your research, understanding the ins and outs of different cryptocurrencies, and understanding their underlying technology. And they say you really need to evaluate your own risk tolerance before you even think about diving in.
Right. It's not just jumping on the bandwagon.
No, it's not a fad.
It's about approaching crypto with a strategic and informed mindset.
Exactly. It's not about trying to get rich quick.
Yeah, no, get rich quick schemes.
You got to have a long-term perspective.
That makes sense. Now, April in Rich Decisions tackles a topic that I think makes a lot of people groan a little bit.
What's that?
Taxes.
Ah, yes. Taxes are everyone's favorite.
But you know what? This book actually kind of changes your perspective a little bit. It frames taxes less as a burden and more as a puzzle to solve strategically.
I like that, like a game.
Right.
And who doesn't love a good puzzle? One strategy that the book highlights is the Roth conversion, which, if done strategically, can be a really powerful tool for potentially reducing your tax burden in retirement.
So explain that a little bit, because I feel like Roth conversions can be a little confusing.
Yeah, they can be. Basically, with a Roth conversion, you're choosing to pay taxes now while you're potentially in a lower tax bracket so that your money can potentially grow tax-free in retirement.
So you're making a strategic move now to potentially reap the benefits later.
Exactly.
When you're sipping mojitos on the beach.
Exactly. But Rich Decisions is very clear. They're very clear that this is not a one-size-fits-all strategy.
Right, it's not for everybody.
Right. It depends on your individual circumstances, your current tax bracket, your projected tax bracket, and your overall financial plan.
So you got to talk to a professional. Speaking of planning, in May, Rich Decisions dives into the importance of diversification. And it goes beyond the classic saying, don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Right. Everyone's heard that one.
It encourages you to think about building a resilient portfolio,
What does a resilient portfolio look like?
one that can weather different market conditions.
Okay, so if the market takes a dip, you're prepared
Exactly.
because markets are unpredictable.
They are.
A resilient portfolio is like having a well-diversified investment mix, so that if the market does take a downturn, your portfolio won't completely lose its value.
So you're spreading your risk.
Exactly.
You're not putting all your hopes and dreams into a single stock.
Right, and the book really emphasizes diversifying across different asset classes. Stocks, bonds, real estate, even alternative investments like private equity or commodities.
Like gold?
Yeah, like gold. The idea is that if one asset class isn't performing well, others might be.
So it all balances out.
Exactly. It helps cushion the blow.
Makes sense. Now, June, in Rich Decisions, tackles a topic that can make even seasoned investors a little uneasy.
And what is that?
Market volatility.
Ugh, yes. The dreaded market volatility.
Seeing those numbers fluctuate up and down.
It can be very unnerving.
It can be scary, right?
Yeah, you're watching your hard-earned money going up and down and up and down.
It's like a roller coaster.
But the book does a good job of reminding us that market ups and downs are totally normal.
That's just part of investing.
It's part of the game.
It's not about trying to time the market perfectly or panic selling when things get rough.
You don't want to make emotional decisions.
Yeah.
You want to have a long-term perspective.
And this book provides practical strategies for navigating that volatility.
Give me an example.
One strategy is setting stop-loss orders.
Oh, yeah, stop-loss orders. Those are basically predetermined prices, so that if an investment drops to a certain level, you automatically sell.
Yeah, it's like a safety net to potentially minimize your losses.
Exactly. It's about protecting your downside while still participating in potential upside gains.
So you're not completely out of the game.
Right. You still have some skin in the game.
Now, of course, the book cautions that stop-loss orders aren't foolproof.
Right. And they should be used strategically.
I'm sensing a theme here.
What's that?
Rich Decisions seems to really emphasize having a plan
Yes.
and making strategic decisions based on your individual needs and your risk tolerance.
That's a really good observation.
It's almost like having a financial advisor right there in your back pocket.
Guiding you along the way.
Okay, ready to dive into July.
Let's do it.
This is where Rich Decisions piqued my interest. It talks about real estate.
Okay, real estate.
And I've always been really intrigued by the idea of owning rental properties. But it just feels like a whole other world.
I feel like it's its own language almost. But you know what? Rich Decisions breaks it down in a very approachable way.
Really?
Yes, they explore everything from direct ownership of rental properties.
Like being a landlord?
Yeah, like being a landlord. But they also talk about more passive approaches like REITs,
REITs.
real estate investment trusts, and even real estate crowdfunding.
Oh, wow. So you don't have to be like a millionaire to invest in real estate.
Not at all.
That's really cool.
It's all about finding the approach that aligns with your goals, your risk tolerance, and how much money you have available.
And how much time you want to spend on it.
Exactly.
Now, this is where I get really excited. August in Rich Decisions is all about passive income.
Oh, yes, passive income.
Finding ways to make money work for you, even when you're not actively working.
Like making money while you sleep.
Exactly.
And dividend investing can be a fantastic way to potentially generate that passive income stream.
Okay, tell me more about dividend investing.
Basically, you're investing in companies that pay out a portion of their profits to their shareholders.
So you're not just relying on the stock price to make money.
Exactly. You're receiving a stream of income from those dividends.
And those dividends can be reinvested.
Yes, exactly. And that's where the magic of compounding comes into play again.
So it's like a double whammy.
It is. By reinvesting those dividends, you're essentially buying more shares, which then have the potential to generate even more dividends in the future.
It's like a snowball effect.
Exactly.
I love it. Now, September in Rich Decisions dives into a topic that I think some people might be tempted to put off.
Procrastinate.
Yes,
And what is that?
retirement planning.
Ah, yes, retirement planning. It's so important, but it's so easy to put it off.
Especially when you're young. You're like, retirement, that's like a million years away.
Exactly. But the book makes a really good argument for why starting early is absolutely crucial.
Because the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow.
And it all comes down to compounding again.
There's that magic word again, compounding.
The more time your money has to potentially grow, the more those early contributions can snowball into a significant nest egg.
Exactly. And I think a lot of people don't realize, with people living longer and living healthier lives, that retirement nest egg needs to last for potentially decades.
That's a really good point. People are living longer than ever, so you need to make sure that your money is going to last as long as you do.
Absolutely.
And Rich Decisions doesn't just talk about saving for retirement. It emphasizes the importance of investing those savings wisely.
So it's not just sitting in a savings account.
No, you want your money to be growing.
Working for you.
Exactly. So that it can outpace inflation throughout your retirement years.
It's about having your money work harder than you do.
Exactly.
Okay, October gets a little techie, which I'll admit makes me both excited and a little apprehensive.
What's so techie about it?
He talks about robo-advisors and algorithmic trading.
That does sound pretty techie.
And these are things that seem to be changing the investing landscape.
Yeah, they definitely are. And Rich Decisions does a really good job of demystifying these technologies.
Breaking it down for the average person.
Exactly. So like robo-advisors, they use algorithms to create and manage your investment portfolio.
So it's like having a personalized investment strategy
Exactly.
without necessarily needing to pay a financial advisor.
Right. And they tailor it to your risk tolerance and your financial goals.
Wow, that's really cool. So it's a good option for people who are maybe just starting out.
It can be a really good option for people who are just starting out, but the book stresses the importance of understanding how they work,
Right.
what fees they charge,
Of course.
and whether they align with your individual needs.
So you still got to do your homework.
Exactly.
Even though it seems like it's automated,
Right.
you still got to be informed.
Exactly. Knowledge is power.
Always. Now, November in Rich Decisions explores a topic that's very important to me.
All right. I'm excited to hear about this one.
Sustainable and ethical investing, also known as ESG investing.
Oh, yes. ESG investing. I'm hearing more and more about this.
It's a rapidly growing field, and for good reason. ESG investing is all about aligning your investments with your values.
I love that.
It's not just about the return on
And
investment.
it's not just about the money.
It's about considering a company's environmental impact,
Their carbon footprint,
their social impact.
how they treat their employees.
Exactly. And their governance practices.
Are they ethical?
Exactly.
That's great.
So it's about investing in companies that are not only profitable, but are also making a positive impact on the world.
I love that.
And the book provides a really good overview of ESG investing.
Oh.
It talks about different strategies, different approaches.
So you can really tailor it to what's important to you.
Exactly.
That's fantastic.
But it also highlights the importance of doing your research, understanding the various ESG ratings and frameworks that are out there.
Because there are a lot.
There are.
And they're not all created equal.
Exactly. And it really is about finding investments that align with your values
Absolutely.
and your financial goals.
Ah,
Okay, so December in Rich Decisions brings us full circle. We're ending the year,
the year is coming to a close.
and it focuses on year-end financial planning,
Okay.
setting the stage for the year ahead.
Like reflecting on the year.
It emphasizes the importance of reviewing your progress, celebrating your successes,
Yes.
and learning from any missteps along the way.
Because there's always going to be bumps in the road.
Always.
And that's okay.
That's all part of the journey.
Exactly.
So it's not about beating yourself up if things didn't go exactly as planned.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
It's about learning, adapting, and course correcting as needed.
I like to think of it as a financial checkup,
Oh, that's a good one.
where you assess your current situation, reassess your goals,
See if you're on track.
and make any necessary adjustments.
So it's a continuous process.
Thanks.
Rich Decisions encourages readers to embrace this journey. It's an ongoing process of continuous learning and growth.
I love that.
It's not a destination, it's a journey.
Well said.
And speaking of journeys, Rich Decisions doesn't stop there.
Oh, there's more.
Oh yeah, it includes some really interesting bonus content.
Like what?
It's like a chapter dedicated to investing in music royalties.
Whoa, hold on. Investing in music royalties.
It's a thing.
I've never even heard of that.
It's like owning a tiny little piece of your favorite song.
That's so cool.
So every time somebody streams that song, you potentially earn royalties.
So I could be making money every time someone listens to my favorite Beyoncé song?
Potentially?
That's wild. I'm going to have to look into that.
And that's not all. There's more bonus content.
Okay, hit me with it.
This one I found really inspiring.
What is it?
The story of a person who earned $100,000 through Uber.
Whoa, hold on. $100,000
From Uber?
from driving for Uber.
Yes.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
That's amazing. Okay, so tell me more about this person. How did they do it?
Well, Rich Decisions doesn't just glamorize it. It goes into the details.
Okay, good.
This person was very strategic.
Okay.
They were strategic about when and where they drove. They capitalize on surge pricing
Oh, smart.
and high-demand area.
So they really did their
They
research.
did their homework. They turned their car into a money-making machine.
I love that. That's amazing.
So it's a fantastic example of leveraging knowledge and strategy to your advantage
For sure.
and to maximize your earning potential.
Absolutely.
But the book also highlights how this individual really went above and beyond for their passengers.
In what way?
They offered things like phone chargers, bottled water,
Oh, that's smart.
and that led to higher tips
Of course people appreciate that.
and better ratings.
Word of mouth is everything these days,
Right.
especially in the gig economy.
It's all about those small gestures that can make a big difference.
Totally.
But I appreciate that Rich Decisions doesn't shy away from the less glamorous side of rideshare driving,
Like what?
like safety.
Oh, of course safety is so important.
It stresses the importance of taking precautions,
Absolutely.
installing a dash cam,
That's a good idea.
being aware of your surroundings,
Situational awareness is key.
trusting your gut.
If something feels off, trust your instincts.
Yeah, you don't want to put yourself in a risky situation.
Definitely not.
So it's a good reminder that safety should always be a top priority, no matter what side hustle or income-generating venture you're exploring.
Couldn't agree more. You know, one thing that's really struck me about this book is how holistic it is.
Holistic.
It's not just about accumulating wealth, it's about creating a life, a financial well-being.
And aligning your financial decisions with your values. I think money is just a tool
Exactly.
to help you build the life you want.
A tool to help you live your best life. It's about having experiences, having strong relationships, pursuing your passions, giving back to your community.
Yeah, it's not just about a fat bank account.
No, it's about creating a life of purpose.
I love that.
Yeah.
And that really resonates with me. It's not just about having money. It's about having the freedom and the flexibility to pursue your passions.
Yeah.
Spend time with your loved ones.
Right.
Maybe give back to your community.
Make a difference.
Exactly.
That's what financial empowerment is all about.
You know, one thing I appreciate about Rich Decisions is it explains the why behind the recommendations.
It's not just telling you what to do.
It's not just blindly following advice.
Right.
It's about understanding the underlying principles, the strategies.
So that you can make informed decisions that are right for you.
It's like the book is giving you the keys to the car
Okay.
and teaching you how to drive it, how to navigate, maybe how to even parallel park.
I love that analogy. And speaking of navigating, this book doesn't just prepare you for smooth sailing. It also equips you with the tools and strategies to handle those inevitable bumps in the road.
Because let's face it, life throws curveballs.
It does.
Unexpected expenses.
Yeah,
Market downturns.
for sure.
Even those tempting impulse purchases.
Oh, the impulse purchases get me every time.
It's all part of the journey.
Exactly.
And Rich Decisions emphasizes the importance of building that financial resilience,
That's a good way to put it.
having a plan to weather the storms,
So you can come out stronger on the other side.
that unshakable confidence,
Exactly.
that no matter what challenges come your way,
You're prepared.
you have the knowledge and the resources to navigate them,
It's about having that peace of mind.
and knowing that you're in control of your financial destiny.
Well said. You know, as we're talking about all these different aspects of the book, there's one thing I can't forget to mention.
Oh, what's that?
The bonus content. We touched on that amazing chapter about music royalties.
Right.
But there's also a really cool and comprehensive guide to buying, selling, and storing gold.
Oh, yeah, gold. Now, I'll admit, gold has always held this certain mystique for me.
It has a certain allure to it.
It does.
Hmm?
But I've never really understood how it fits into like a modern investment strategy.
It's a good question. Rich Decisions explores that. They explain how gold has been considered a safe haven asset for centuries.
Really?
Yeah, it often holds its value, even during times of economic uncertainty.
So it's like a hedge against inflation or market volatility.
Exactly.
I get it.
And while the book doesn't necessarily say to go all in on gold,
Right.
they do provide a balanced perspective
Yeah.
on how it can potentially play a role in a diversified portfolio.
I see. So it's something to consider.
It's something to think about. But you know what I found particularly helpful?
What's that?
The section on the logistics of actually buying and storing gold.
Oh, yeah, that can be tricky.
It can be very tricky. Choosing reputable dealers, understanding different storage options, even navigating the tax implications.
It gets complicated.
It does. But it's crucial information for anyone who's considering adding gold to their portfolio.
Makes sense. And speaking of adding things to your portfolio, Rich Decisions doesn't shy away from a topic on everyone's minds these days.
What's that?
Cryptocurrency.
Ah, yes. Crypto.
It even dedicates a section to navigating crypto trading during a bull market.
Which can be a wild ride.
Talk about volatility.
Seriously.
It can be exhilarating.
It's exciting.
But it's also when those emotions run high.
And that's when people make mistakes.
You get caught up in the hype.
FOMO. Fear of missing out.
Yes.
It's a real thing.
Everybody's trying to get rich quick.
But Rich Decisions emphasizes the importance of approaching crypto investing with a level head. Even when everyone around you is like, I'm making so much money.
Block out the noise.
Exactly.
Stick to your plan.
Manage your risk and don't get swept up in the hype.
It's about making rational decisions based on your financial goals, not your emotions. So I'm getting the sense that this book is all about empowering readers with knowledge and a balanced perspective.
Absolutely. No matter what financial topic it's tackling.
It's like having a personal finance guide right at your fingertips.
I like that. Rich Decisions arms you with the information you need to navigate the complex world of personal finance with confidence.
We've covered a lot of ground.
We have.
We talked about setting goals, exploring real estate, diving into passive income streams. We even talked about navigating cryptocurrency and gold.
It's been quite the deep dive.
It has. But before we wrap up this episode, there's one more crucial aspect of Rich Decisions we want to highlight.
Oh, really? I'm intrigued.
You should be.
I'm ready. And it's a perfect way to wrap things up.
So as we've been going through Rich Decisions, one thing that has really resonated with me is the book's focus on mindset.
Oh, mindset.
That's huge.
It's not just about like the numbers and the mechanics of money. It's about cultivating this healthy and empowered relationship with your finances. I love that because your mindset is just as important as your financial IQ.
Exactly. Like the book is saying, your thoughts and your beliefs about money can either like hold you back or they can be the thing that propels you forward.
It's so true. It's all about your perspective.
So instead of saying, ugh, I'm so bad with money, it's about saying, you know what? I'm learning, I'm growing, and I'm totally capable of achieving my financial goals.
Like you're on a journey.
It's a journey.
It's not a destination.
And the book doesn't just leave you hanging with these mindset shifts.
It gives you the tools.
It gives you practical tips and strategies to put those principles into action.
I love that.
Like what kind of things?
Well, for example, it talks about creating a realistic budget.
Oh, budgeting. That's important.
Right. But not just any budget, a budget that aligns with your values.
Oh, I like that.
So you're not just tracking your spending. You're making sure that your money is actually going towards the things that are important to you.
So you're being more mindful
Exactly.
and intentional with your spending.
Precise.
So it's not just about depriving yourself.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It's about aligning your spending with your values.
I love that.
And another thing the book talks about is automating your savings and investments.
Oh, automation. That's key.
It's a game changer.
You set it and forget it.
Exactly. You don't even have to think about it.
And it helps you stay consistent,
Consistency is key.
especially when it comes to saving and investing.
Absolutely.
It's like that saying, out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly.
You don't even see the money.
So you're not tempted to spend it.
It just goes straight to your savings or your investment.
And it grows over time.
It's like magic.
It really is. And you know what else I really appreciate about this book?
What's that?
It reminds us that we don't have to do this alone.
Yeah, personal finance can feel very personal,
It can feel isolating.
but there are resources out
There
there.
are people who can help.
The book encourages seeking support from financial professionals,
Yeah, talk to a financial advisor.
maybe joining some online communities
There are so many great online communities.
where people are sharing tips
and supporting each other.
and encouraging each other.
It's fantastic.
And maybe even just having more open conversations about money with your friends and family.
Yes. Break down those taboos.
Yeah, money shouldn't be a taboo subject.
It's something that affects all of us.
It does.
And we can learn so much from each other.
Yeah, it's about normalizing those conversations.
I love that. It's about creating a sense of community around personal finance.
Well said. So as we're wrapping up this deep dive into Rich Decisions, I want to leave our listeners with a final thought.
Yeah.
This book is an amazing guide. It's full of insights.
Actionable advice.
Yes, but it's just the beginning.
It's a springboard.
Exactly. Take what you learn, put it into practice.
And don't be afraid to make adjustments along the way.
Yeah, because financial planning, it's not a one-time event. It's an ongoing process
It's a journey.
of learning and adapting and making those choices that align with your vision for a richer life.
And remember, a rich life isn't just about the money.
Right, it's about so much more than that.
It's about the experiences you have, the relationships you build.
The impact you make on the world.
It's about living a life of purpose and meaning.
And rich decisions can help you design that life.
So go out there, make those rich decisions.
And keep diving deep.
Keep learning. And we'll see you next time.
It's about figuring out what truly matters to you and using your finances as a tool to support that vision.
That's what it's all about. And speaking of vision, as much as we'd love to keep unpacking rich decisions all day,
I know, right? There's so much in here.
we've reached the end of our deep dive.
Oh, but hey, this isn't goodbye. It's more like go out and make some rich decisions.
Exactly. Take this knowledge, put it into action, and remember, your financial journey is uniquely yours.
All about those choices you make every single day.
So whether it's setting a powerful why behind your goals, exploring a new side hustle, or simply shifting your money mindset,
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep into knowledge that matters.
from both of us here at The Deep Dive, thanks for joining us.